Namaste, everyone. For this supercharged eclipse month of July, we have Mercury retrograde, and we also have new moon, Cancer, full moon, Capricorn, and we are diving deep into our Akashic record this month, July. July gives us an opportunity to have a deep, deep clearing and healing. Okay, so we all carry with us the dark ages of our soul. Okay, and these dark ages are blocks. Okay, blocks to fully embracing our heart, to fully embracing our power, to fully embracing our divine self. So those blocks can look like shame, judgment, stubbornness, distraction, sabotage, escapism, okay? All of these blocks that basically block out the light of our soul from shining through this vessel. And a lot of times we block our own light from shining through this vessel is because we fear the violation, the torture, and the destruction that may come about through shining our light. Okay, because in humanity during the Dark Ages, basically you could not be radiant. Okay, you could not be creative, you could not be sovereign, you could not express yourself. And if you did, you would be stoned, or you'd be lynched, or you'd be hanged, or you'd be at the guillotine. And there were so many ways that we literally physically blocked the light from shining through people, such as killing them. So there's all ways. I mean, belittlement, okay, where your mother has belittled you or your father abused you, and basically that can be a block. That trauma, that tension can be a block. So during this July month, we have an opportunity to transform tensions into inspirations, and that is very much the major transformation that you want to have in this incarnation. Every single human being, if you're watching this, you're wanting to transform your tensions into inspiration. That's why you're here at this beautiful time on this planet, where we are experiencing in the practical form monumental transformation when it comes to our heavy attachments to suffering and low self-esteem. Okay, our heavy attachments to that those dark ages, they're over, and the great rise of human consciousness, and you are a part of that major transformation. You are a part of the transforming tension into inspiration. So a lot of times we don't necessarily know we're blocked, okay? We're just frustrated. We get angry, we get frustrated, we get agitated, we start to get tense, we can even get nauseous, we can even develop illness, sickness, all kinds of things can come up from these blocks, okay? Especially on the planet right now. The planet is really trying to shake us up so that we can be conscious of these blocks, so that we can transform tensions into inspiration. So all the frustration, the agitation, the irritation, all of the anger, anything that is just really tensing you up and feeling burdensome is just the universe shaking you. It's saying, hey, okay, it's time to get some inspiration going on. So a part of the inspiration we talk about with the Akashic record usually can be past life regression is how we connect with that. If let's say we haven't really developed a meditative mind in this life or in other previous incarnations, which I'm sure if you're watching this, you have worked on some form of psychic ability in past lives, okay? So you should be able to trust your soul and trust yourself enough, your psychic ability, your intuition, to connect with these Akashic records. And you can even just tap onto your body, okay, kind of tap it on, and you can just sense. So the more you become sensitive, the more you can even tap onto your body and begin to sense what are you holding, because your body is a container, it's a vessel, and usually it holds a frequency, and trauma is a frequency. That's why a lot of people who have you could say, huge tension of anxiety tend to carry that frequency, and that can ripple throughout the whole system and cause illness. Okay, cause illness in the physical body, because there are frequencies of trauma that are very disruptive to the natural rhythm. So naturally, when our chakras are aligned, we could say our heart, our navel, and our third eye, basically we're very rhythmic. We're rhythmic with the wealth of the universe, with our heart. So we're very receptive and giving when it comes to the universe. Okay, when we're rhythmic with our third eye, we tend to be very discerning. We're very wise in our choices and our free will. Okay, and our navel, we have a powerhouse of vitality, of determination, and as well as grit to basically overcome anything. So if you're here right at this time, you should really celebrate that we actually got through the dark ages. And for many of you guys, you have been through many dark ages, not just what we know as like the whole medieval, bubonic plague, the reign of terror, that kind of thing. Some of you have been here during times of what we call even wars on this planet. We call like Star Wars, those kinds of movies, where we've had that on this planet, where there's been a lot of crises and different times that it goes far back than what our history textbook can document or could even grasp, that kind of length of time. But all of us have been through dark ages, and in those dark ages, usually what happens is we are shamed and judged so harshly that we oppress ourselves. We oppress our light, okay? And because we fear our safety, we fear the safety of our family, we fear our power. So this July eclipse energy can give us an opportunity to really, again, transform tension into inspiration. So I wanted to talk about how this affects the twin flame. So the twin flame, you are a twin flame. When you feel that connection, let's say that you have a beloved, usually many people know that, okay? It's more so, I am a twin flame, not I have a twin flame. Okay, because a lot of that is almost placing the healing outside of yourself, as though in order to fully heal, I need to emerge or meet this person. I have a twin flame, and my healing will happen when we start to meet. That's when I'm going to experience immense healing and connect with the Holy Spirit and the angels and my abundance. Okay, but when I say I am a twin flame, basically you are taking the responsibility. And just when you say, I am a twin flame, you could just feel your posture get straighter. You could just feel yourself more in your power as a person, because you're taking responsibility for unblocking your prosperity, for unblocking your heart's happiness, for unblocking your powerhouse of creativity and determination. Okay, you're unblocking your psychic ability and your trust in your soul. Okay, when you say I am a twin flame, basically you're taking that power and you are saying, I am creating immense healing for myself. And that immense healing, as we know, it does have a ripple. When you make even those subtle chiropractic of your energy field, that definitely will affect your twin flame. Okay, but we're not in the external kind of seeking the twin flame to chiropract us, okay? We know chiropractic usually means somebody adjusts you, okay? They adjust your energy. They twist your body and all that kinds of stuff. But I am a twin flame is you are giving yourself the skill. You're giving yourself the wisdom that you already have within you to chiropract your life, so that you can have the freedom within your own sovereignty to basically to manifest and create for yourself. And that's basically what the twin flame support is. When we talk about many incarnations of even golden ages, the twin flame has mainly been support of your sovereignty. So in times when we are very oppressed and we're very powerless and victims of all of the external, usually that twin flame can be in the higher realms, or can even be a person that comes in that is a support system. So when we say the twin flame can be kind of to the point, very direct and very transparent, very honest, because they're showing us in what way we are not sovereign, and that can be the great trigger of our lives. Okay, and the trigger of our lives, we talk about the trigger of our lives, and it's with everything, even community. Get involved in a community, you'll be triggered by something. Something will agitate you, something will make you fearful, something will make you afraid, something will make you uncomfortable, something maybe, make you feel a little stubborn, a little bit, I don't want to, listen to that. Okay, all of that is simply showing any tension that we're still carrying because of the dark ages of shame and judgment and belittlement and ridicule, all of that kind of stuff. Okay, and when we talk about the intensified experience of meeting that support system that really is there to love us, and love us in the way that they really want us to be our most radiant self. And for some of us, if we've gotten so heavy loaded by all the low self-worth, that's going to be it could be very upsetting for some people to experience that immense love, because when we're so heavy loaded with all this self-worth that we haven't allowed the angels to heal, because it's a free choice, it's a free will choice, because we don't feel worthy to heal that part of ourselves. When our twin flame gives us the support to really step into our self-worth, we're probably going to be like, no, I'm not ready. Like, I'm not available to embrace that part of myself because of my father. He abused me to the point where I just gave up on myself. I just gave up and told myself I'm just worthless. And I've carried with me since that happened. So to that immense love of that twin flame, we're just going to be like, no, because we're not ready to fully embrace, let's say, that shame or that judgment or that abuse. So when we talk about fully embracing it, it is stepping into our journey. I like to say the journey of Dharma. Okay, the journey of Dharma. We say that the journey of karma, we know is we get that, whatever it is, that suffering, that judgment, that attachment to the ego, to just whatever it is, to being fear of being ridiculed, fear of being outcasted. I mean, so many things. Okay, in the dark ages that we've had to deal with. The journey of karma, it can be very much of you're at battle with yourself. As we know in the dark ages, there's so many stories and can say, and the Indian, I like to say the Indian texts, where there's just constant battle of the karma. Okay, the constantly battling yourself. Okay, that's kind of like that karma, that cause and effect, where you keep battling yourself, you keep battling that demon, you're battling it again in just so many different forms. The journey of karma is we call or dharma, the journey of dharma is when we begin to transcend that through a meditative mind, through fully connecting with our soul and allowing ourselves to be divine, and allowing ourselves to welcome grace, welcome sovereignty of choice. That's that journey of Dharma. That's when we begin to fully surrender to our love to give in service to this world. Now, a lot of people are not necessarily ready or available for that, because in that battle with ourselves, we beat ourselves up, or we feel beat up by our father, or beat up by society, or beat up by all the mental, emotional, and even physical blocks. Could be illness. We feel beat up by that, and we hate that part of ourselves, that we had to go through that. We beat ourselves emotionally, that we had to experience trauma as a child, and then we hate ourselves because we had to go through that, and hate all the people that made that in that tension within us. We can even that mental stuff that we allowed ourselves to just be so mentally confused that we did things and said things to people that were very, like, say, unkind. So we beat ourselves up about that. So we all have something that we're beating ourselves up about, and in some way or some form. And usually that is showing us the parts of ourselves that we need to transform the most. Okay, we need to release those tensions. And so I'm going to give you kind of my map for you guys on how to transform tensions into inspirations. That's a Dharma path. When you start to look at all the battling and the conflict and what seems very heavy and seems much attachment to suffering, that attachment to suffering and your demise and your destruction and your sort of victimization and blame and why everything's out to get you, and that whole external block where everything externally is blocked to me. I can't get that because there is this block. I can't get that because there's this block, and it's all externally. That inspiration, that journey of inspiration is more so of you developing your vibration of radiance. Okay, your vibration of radiance, where you get truly soulful and divine within yourself, that you're not so much concerned about the external blockages and that blockage of the family and the society and all that kind of waiting for the life to change. You're waiting for the family to change. You're waiting for that to change. It becomes not so much of a waiting for the external to change. It becomes more so of developing that soulfulness, that divine vibration so strong within yourself. You so strong within yourself that you become this, you can say this beacon of a new earth, we could say, of a new earth. And a lot of people, they don't really believe that's something that's possible because of the block, the emotional block. Okay, they saw something that really disturbed them, and they're emotionally blocked from believing that humanity can be healed, or all kinds of things. So in my Sattvic record, I went deep, and I'm going to give you some work that I've done that I want you to do. So in my personal Sattvic record, connecting with my Sattvic record, the dark ages of my soul, I just allowed myself to journal, and I started out my journaling as I heal all fear of da-da-da-da-da, okay? And this is also in the I am a twin flame, meaning I am thinking of myself as a person who has a support, like I like to say it, like a guardian angel who could be my twin flame, or I could be their guardian angel, and together we have witnessed the great suffering of each other, and the triumph of each other, and the great healing of each other. Okay, so more is becoming like I have a guardian angel, and we are guardian angels to each other. We help each other to return back to love when everything has been lost, or everything is seeming too far gone. Okay, to help us get back to our soul when everything seems soulless and soul deprived. Okay, so that is more of my energy space. So I just went and said, I heal all fear of, and I just allowed myself to just go very deep. You could see powerful manifestations, and I just dived in. So what I discovered through connecting with the Akashic record while chanting Long Ekonkars, okay, Long Ekonkars, Ekonkar Satanam Siri Wahe Guru, okay, very powerful mantra if you really want to clear out the weight the suffering and attachment to suffering that's just kind of lingering in your chakra system, so that you can really open up those chakras so that they can begin to spin properly, where you start to become more inspired and less tense. You become more empowered and motivated to be empowered, rather than feeling powerless and fear of your power and fear of other people's power and fear of the destructive power and the overpowering power. Okay, so I discovered in my Sachic record that I have a lot of past lives of being targeted, of being attacked. I mean, this whole thing is just about being taken out, dark negative forces. It's about being heavily shamed, heavily ridiculed. It's about being embarrassed. It's about fear of intimacy. Okay, about overthinking, safety, not being safe. Okay, not being protected. It's pretty intense about all the stuff. I heal all fear of being killed, tortured. Okay, this is heavy duty. You know what I'm saying? Also about childhood wounds that repeat themselves, that play themselves out through low self-esteem, feelings, thoughts, relationships. I heal all neglect, self-hatred, blame, victimization, self-belittlement that prevents divine inspiration and self-love from flowering. Okay, these are just examples. I heal all fear to be powerful in this lifetime and all lifetimes by fully embracing protection, discernment, and safety. I heal all phobias of being taken out or destroyed by negative forces by inviting Archangel Michael to be with us always in every decision and free will choice. I heal all shame from society by fully embracing acceptance for my soul and uniqueness. I heal all fear of being unliked or judged for my soul and uniqueness by allowing the angels to comfort and heal me from all harshness of the world. I heal all fear of being outcasted and abandoned by accepting the angels are with me always. I heal all trauma of torture, entrapment, injustice, death, destruction, and interference that is unkind by fully emerging with the Holy Spirit for immense healing. I mean, it's just, you get the gist of it. But what I've discovered through my own journey of awakening the immense healing that must happen for me to really unblock abundance and unblock my spiritual gifts and unblock, you could say, a divine relationship, is one of the things I had to work through is past lives of being attacked and past lives of being tortured. Like enslaved. Okay, I've had many past lives where I've been very, very like a powerhouse. You can see as I am, I have so much powerhouse and very, very in tune psychically, and creatively, and I have a lot of leadership, and I have a lot of determination. Like it's really hard to break me down, kind of thing. But a part of those people who have that power of where they're not easily broken down are usually the ones targeted the most. So in this life, I experienced an attack by somebody who wanted to harm me, and made their pursuit very persistent to harm me in a way. Okay, so I was very poised during that time, but emotionally I was like a complete mess, because I was like, again, another bozo is going to take me out. So this brought me back to when I was a child, and I used to kind of tell my mom, I said, I don't think I'm going to live to be like 25. I think, and I always felt a push, like I need to get everything out. I need to share as much as I can, because I always felt like I was going to be taken out. So even now, I still like have this, like, you can share more, because you might die tomorrow. You might die, someone's going to take you out, kind of thing. So, and I even have in this particular ritual that I did with myself for this eclipse July energy, I actually had I put myself in like a past life regression where I was a female leader during a particular golden age that was long time ago, before what we know as the Egyptian golden age, that we know as the Kemite. It's more so during the time like Lumerian, even before that, the Lumerian Atlantean period. It was, I would say, before what we know as the Lumerian, because Lumerian's older than the Atlantean. And I remember something about completely being dethroned in this Akashic record past life regression, and I was dethroned by men and women, and basically like stripped and whipped and just that kind of stuff, like basically killed in front of everybody. And I was a very powerful leader in that way, like a teacher or a high priestess or something like that. And so, you know, that's just an example of kind of the big block for me. Even in my, you could say, my twin flame union, a big block is fully embracing my authenticity and recognizing that I'm safe, that nobody's gonna come and try to get me and stuff like that, seek me out to harm me. Because I feel in many lifetimes I have been authentic, and again have been, through jealousy, envy of people, have been taken out very young. And I think that's why I relate with Selena so much. She died pretty right before I was born, a couple days before I was born, and I always relate with her life story of her being very radiant and then just being taken out over the fact that she just wasn't discerning with she was so generous, and she didn't have enough discernment, and that's what got her, and that's what basically killed her. The jealousy of the person that she was very forgiving to, but that jealousy turned into something really destroyed her. So I relate with that so much, because I have that kind of story in my Akashic record in many, many ways. So with this powerful manifestations, and then I'll read this last one I did, that was kind of a release, okay? So the power of writing and the power of even chanting while you're writing, as I was doing, it really allows the angels to give you immense healing. Okay, it really allows the angels to come in and to really remind you of why you came to Earth. You came to be radiant, you came to be strong, and you came to be wise. And a part of all the blocks and the traumas is the journey of fully allowing yourself to be what your intention was in coming to Earth, to be radiant, to be strong, and to be wise. Okay? So I'm going to share this powerful manifestations, the last thing, and then I'm going to let you guys do your own. So I heal all fear. It's kind of what I fear of, and just let yourself just go deep, go wild, and you're going to see that you're going to see connection between your childhood and any fear you had as a child. Like I had, I thought I was always going to die, be killed as a child. And then you could say even in your younghood, such as I had somebody try to seek me out and harm me, and then kind of your sort of hesitation right now, and how they're very much, the angels are trying to show you your path of unblocking your future, your abundance. So I release shame, embarrassment, and torture for being my divine self. I release judgment, hatred, and belittlement for embracing my divine self. I release all neglect, abuse, and isolation for loving my divine self. I release all violation, destruction, and crisis for leading my divine self. I embrace my soul and allow myself to triumph over fear and negativity. I am strong and able to handle the judgment with grace and protection. I am protected and safe. I am a soulful human being in an age receptive to my miracle. I no longer need to carry the dark ages of my soul on earth. I am free and overcame much suffering to be here. It is a celebration. I made it through the worst of humankind and continue to have breakthroughs. I release the attachment to suffering, poverty, low self-worth, and negativity. I release myself of all misfortune, bad luck, hate, by fully embracing my soul, miracle, and dharma. I am safe now to fully embrace my divine self. I'm available to being protected and safeguarded by archangels. My abundance, family, and innocence is safe because I decide to allow my soul to transform my patterns, traumas, and past life memories, tensions. I transform all tension into inspiration to ascend beyond attachment and fear and be my divine self. I am always ready to be healed. I am always healing. I am now and forever recognizing it is okay to be divine and guided by powerful beings of love. They have me now, and I trust every experience is helping me trust my soul and learn how to be strong and wise. So that is my powerful manifestations and my great alchemy activation that I've done for this July eclipse season. That can, again, if you really go into it, you can experience major unblocking to your abundance, to a divine relationship, to higher self-worth, to opportunities for you to really be powerful or to step into your power and to really activate your power, your creativity, your sovereignty, your wisdom, your teachings, and through the Akashic record. That's what I did. I used the Akashic record through just a natural just feeling. You just can feel it. You just can feel it when you really get synced up, or you even do like a practice like Longa Kunkars, and you just start chanting, and you really get your chakras spinning properly and get them really aligned and get them really connected to your Akashic cord. It'll just come, it will come flowing through you, the immense healing and the revelation of that wants to transform your life, that wants to move out the tensions. It doesn't want you to suffer. It doesn't want you to be attached to suffering. It wants you to remember your intention to coming to earth. You want to be radiant, you want to be strong and wise. Okay, radiant implies being joyful and being, creative. Strong implies that you got to be a warrior. You got to stand up for yourself. You got to be determined. Okay, you got to be brave. Okay, you got to be brave. And then wise is you got to be discerning. You got to be trustful of your soul. Above all, things, be trustful of your soul. You got to be wise, and you got to surrender. You got to let things go. You got to forgive. You got to move on. All of this is our ascension on this planet Earth, and more now than ever, we have an opportunity to ascend out of the Dark Ages and to have immense quantum leaps for humanity and the humanity Dark Ages that is still playing out. There's still a deep suffering to attachment on this planet. And negativity and the shame and the judgment and the belittling each other and trying to destroy and battling each other out and destroying each other. That's still very heavy on this planet. But you're here and watching this video because you have made that decision, that choice, that you would like to really heal. And you would like to use this time right now to really heal, because this is a time of reciprocity. This is a time of receptivity to divinity again. And it requires strength. It also requires strength and wisdom. But overall, this planet Earth, Mother Gaia, and humanity, it's in your favor if you want immense healing. Okay, in the Dark Ages, we were very resistant to it. To the Holy Spirit and very being accepting of each other. But now it's very much in our favor to really celebrate the victory over the destroy yourself and destroy people with you. Okay, it's a triumph time. So I gave you this alchemy, and I gave you this kind of map of alchemy, so do what you will.